Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the Darkest Dungeon! Alright, I'll probably stop doing that, but anyway, greetings and welcome to the Pellaverse, where we are going to be doing a little bit of something in between our Football Manager change-up. If you don't know what I'm talking about my Football Manager change-up, go ahead and take a look at my Gloucester series and work all the way through and get to the very end, and you'll find out what's going on, and at the very end, let me know what team I should be picking next. It'll probably be a couple more days before I decide exactly what team, and I will pick from what I see in the comments. Alright, so on to Darkest Dungeons. This is something that's been out for a little while, but it just came out with a new DLC, so I definitely think we will move on and do this. This sounds like a lot of fun. I've been watching a little bit about it. I played it a little bit, and I think it's going to be something very, very exciting. So, let us start off by watching the opening cinematic because it is really, really good.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth, but we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity, until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the Darkest Dungeon.
Okay, that was a great opener. I love that. I love these. I'm not normally into 2D graphic type stuff. This is kind of like a mix between 2D and 3D a little bit, but I love the graphics of this game. So, okay, let's start. So, that was my darkest test, as you can tell. Played it for a little bit, a couple weeks, not a big thing. Definitely going to set up for Crimson Court. Definitely have the DLC districts. That's something, if you've seen it before, there's several different places in the hamlets. This actually goes outside of the hamlet. And flagellant, that's what it is. Beating yourself for penance, or flatulence, or something. No, it's flagellant. Okay, all right. Anyway, moving on. Enough with the childishness. Okay, so we got that. We need to put in a name. Okay, what am I doing here? Yes. Oh, I gotta hit the check. Oh, you can tell I'm being dumb. Okay, so I'm gonna play Radiant, and not because it's any easier, because I've done some research on it, and it's actually not any easier. It's just a little bit faster. Overall, it's still got the challenge that it has on Darkest, which is your normal, but not Blood Moon, which I'm nowhere near good enough yet to do. It just kind of condenses it a little bit better, so we can get through it a little bit better in these videos, because I do want to get done with it and actually finish it in this series. So we'll start with that, and I'm going to do... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do no. No! I guess I'm gonna do da. We are in the da estate because I apparently can't do anything right today. That's okay.
You will arrive along the old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face vicious...
That is a lot of gravestones.
And perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no...
He is really cruising. And kind of psychotically crazy.
The old road.
That's not good. I think we need those wheels and axles and stuff. Okay.
We will find our redemption.
Alright. So I don't want to spend too much time on exactly how everything works in this. I'll spend a little bit of time on it just to kind of let anybody who hasn't played this before, hasn't seen any playthrough on this before, know exactly what's going on. But I don't want to spend too much time. I actually want to do a lot more playing, and we'll kind of see as we go along. Maybe I'll just kind of touch base with everything as we go along. But I don't want to waste too much time. This isn't an instructional on exactly how to do this. So, alright, so you start off with two people. You have your torch. We'll get into that a little bit later. A map navigation to move forward. Click on another room. Okay, so even if we're outside, it's another room. So we're going to click on that. What's going to do is going to slap us into what's known as a... Yes, while in a hallway, press D. You can also press mouse. Okay, so while we're here, this is the hallway. Each one of these steps is a turn, and then you get to the final room. There's actually 4 slots, 1, 2, and then there's a third one here that we can do, and fourth one, but we're only taking up the 2. Each one has their own stuff that they can do in battle, different things, and as you can see by the yellowish pale kind of dots, that's where they have to be in order to do it, and the enemy has to be in where the red is. So that's pretty much kind of a brief overview as to what's going on. Let's move along so we can get some play in.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Alright, so this is not great. Combat at turn-based is your hero's turn. Click a skill icon and then click the highlighted target. If you can't select a particular skill, it's because that hero needs to be standing in a different spot or there's no valid targets. Mouse over the skill to see what the requirements, and that's what I had just done. Pardon me. Okay, so what happened is we got surprised. Really not so great because he needs to be a little bit further back. He's not as strong as my other guy, but tell you what, we'll just use the open vein because it's only the single guy. Open up a vein, does 8 damage. He's only got 4 left. He's going to get 1 chance. Hopefully he's going to miss, but he's not. He's going to slap us one. And Reynaud is, we're going to just pound him with Smite and kill him. Alright, very easy, not a problem. Each item, if you take it, will occupy space in your inventory. Mouse over items to show details about them. This works in your inventory too. Okay. Alright, we'll just take all and see that puts it in there. Alright, so what we want to do is we're going to switch spots and we're going to move along. Okay. While exploring, you'll often find interactive objects. Click to investigate them. Take a look at this tent. So just click right on it. Someone is camped here. Let's take a look. Okay, 125.
Waiting to be spent.
So, what you can also do is you can also select which person grabs. So if you wanted this guy to grab it, you click on him. This guy, you can click on him. So, what I'd like to do, and this is I've seen it in a lot of different playthroughs, and I really liked the idea. I think it's fantastic. Oh, surprised again. Oh, it's horrible. I'm actually going to move you back, even though it's going to kind of waste a shot. I want him back here because he can actually shoot the guy in the back. Alright. Alright, so as I was saying, what I really want to do is just down in the comments, I want you guys to leave names of who I should, what I should be naming, even if it's just, you know, hey, any character that you pick up, name this. Any girl character, name this. Alright, so now this big guy, he actually takes up 2 spots. the first spot and the second spot. So if I use something like this that takes out both, it's just going to do the one. So I'm just going to hit him with Smite, clobber him. Yes, very good. 10 points off. That leaves him down to 25, which is actually quite a bit. He's going to hit us again. We seem to be doing okay. See, now we definitely have all of this. So if we have that, that's 4 to 8. He's got 12. Definitely. Okay, that gives us 5. All right. And I think we're just going to keep on hacking away. Nice. Puts him down to 15, the big guy. Now he's going to hit us 1 each. And does that cause bleeding? Yes. So that's another thing we can do. We can get debuffs, which dodge, of course, and then bleeding. It takes 1 damage per round for 3 rounds. All right. And we're going to do that. 7. Hopefully we can kill him. Nope, not quite. Wished we were able to do that, but not. Another cool thing with this is, as you can see, when you first start looking at these, under the skills, the very lower right-hand corner, that'll be blank until you start seeing what they do. Now we know this guy does blanket fire. We also know this guy does rain of whips and point-blank shot. So that gives, it kind of gives you an idea when you're coming up. But when you first meet him, you have no idea what's going on with it. Okay, let's get a good hit. Nice 12. That puts him at 3. He'll be done soon. You know what? Okay, he's going to hit us, cause us to bleed, which isn't a bad thing as of right now. We got plenty of hit points right now. And once we get done with the dungeon, then you go full health and all your bleed and everything goes away. Now, he is at 3 hit points, and this guy's at 2. So if I go Grape Shot, you can kind of see down there that all 3 red are linked together. That means I can hit all 3 at one time. And it's 3 to 5, so he should die, and he should die. So if I do this, they both should die, assuming that they don't dodge. Alright, we'll take this. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Alright, so now I'm actually going to continue here. Now, if I had a key, I would probably do something like this. But see, it says trap test. I definitely don't want to do anything unless I have a key, because what's going to happen is if I open this without a key, it's just going to do something bad to me because it's trapped. The trap's going to spring and it's going to do something bad to me. So I'm not going to do anything with that, and I am going to complete the quest, which is going to send me right to the Hamlet. So that gives me 5,000 gold plus whatever I picked up. And the extra stuff that we have, aside from the money, all goes towards, you get a small share of what you paid for. We didn't pay for any of this, but you get a small share of what you paid for it that goes into your treasury. And then you have crests, and you have busts, and you have paintings, paintings, and you have deeds, and these things all are work to make your buildings better. You'll see that as we go along. So, this is basically just your level up screen. As they go along, they're going to gain levels. They call them resolve, but as you go along, they will gain levels. And when you see this, what happens is it gives them a new trait. Now, it could be a good or a bad trait. So let's take a look at Renault and see what he's got. Okay, so his first is good. It's plus 15 damage in Cove. So when we go to the Cove, which is just another dungeon basically, he's going to get an automatic 15% damage on everything there. That is really good. I really like that because he's my tanky battle guy. Alright, Dismas. Let's see what he's got. Okay, so you can see here, Bad Gambler. That's a bad trait. Increase the chance of losing money when gambling. So stress also takes play in this, and we'll go into that in a little bit, but when you have stress, you have too much, you want to get rid of the stress, you have to do stuff in the Hamlet. One of those is gambling. You have to pay for it. He could lose extra amount of money in there. But he also has Steady, which reduces his stress by 10% overall, which is really, really good because there aren't a lot of characters that actually heal stress. There are some, and we will probably use some, but most heal physical damage. So stress winds up being something very, very big to be careful of. And there are actual creatures out there that will do very little physical damage, but do very high stress damage. You can see the stress damage on the little white dots below.
They are yours now, and you are bound to them.
We are bound to them. I love the narrator. Everybody says that too, but I love the narrator. He is so perfect for that voice. Alright, so first thing, get help where we want. Just hold on H. That's fine here. That's just the memoirs. This is where you can go back and you can see the old videos, basically. You can see all the different videos that are coming. And we will deal with that when we come to it. Okay, first stop is the graveyard.
Most will end up here, covered in the poisoned earth, awaiting merciful oblivion.
When a character dies, I say when because they're going to die. It's just a fact of life. This is not an easy game, and when they die, it is definitely final. Their face, it'll show up just like this over here. Their face, and then the name, and then what killed them. So kind of a little in depth there. Now this, the stagecoach. This is where we're actually going to pick up new heroes. So if they die, we can pick up more.
Fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
So you'll need to recruit all these players here to fill out a party of 4. Every time you go into a dungeon or do any kind of exploration, you need to have 4 people in the party. So that's something I need to make sure that I have 4 people, even though there might be a bunch that I want to put in different areas to bring down stress. So as you can see right now, we have a plague doctor. Now the plague doctor, a lot of times he'll actually send, like this one, plague grenade. He'll actually cause blight, which is like a disease, and it'll take damage off each turn, just like bleed. This one causes stun. This one causes more blight. So you can kind of get an idea as to what he's going to do. He's kind of a little bit in the background. You can see he's kind of like a 3rd or 4th position player. So that's fine. We'll actually we have to pick him up. And the Vestal is just basically like your cleric, I guess you would call it. And I wish I had a different one that had actually the party heal as well. But that's okay. I like the Divine Grace better because it does provide more heal to one specific place instead of the party heal, which is 1 or 2 for everybody. Can be useful, but this is actually more useful. And then she does actually have a little bit of offensive stuff when she's in the back, and then a little bit closer to the front she actually does have something that's offensive as well. We'll deal with the camping skills when we have to camp. That's a little bit later with the longer quests. So we'll pick her up.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
So, now while you're here, spend some of your starting heirlooms on upgrading the stagecoach network. Yep, absolutely. This is something that I found is really necessary because you're going to go through these players a lot. You can see we're 4 of 9 right now, so we can put 5 more characters in here. Now, we can only take 4 on a quest, but 5 more in here. So, right now, each week, or every time that we can come back from a quest, there's going to be 2 in here extra. So what I normally do is I'll open this up, and you can do several different things. This will actually increase the number of heroes that show up every week. This is the size of our roster, so instead of 9 it would go to 12 and then whatever on the way up. And experienced recruits, once we start getting higher level characters, we can buy this out, and they will actually start coming in as level 2, level 3, level 4, so we don't have to train them up as much. So that's definitely going to be something I want to look into, but I always start off with getting that, and then
heroes can be found even here.
So we actually do not have enough for 4, and I like to have 4 all at once. It's just something I really like setting up. So what I can do down here is I can actually trade some of these. So I need 1 more deed, so I can look and see what I can trade. So what I want to do is, okay, so these are the crests. This is what you're going to get the most of. So I can get 1 with 3 crests, and I definitely want to do that so that I can do this. So now,
ambition is stirring in distant cities.
So now we're all set. Every time that we come back from a quest, there's going to be 4 more in here. It's going to be 4 fairly random people. So I don't think I'm going to start in a quest today. I want to spend just a couple more minutes just kind of doing a little bit with my characters. There isn't much more you can do in town, blah, 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 blah. So these will open up the tavern, the sanitarium, the abbey, the guild, the blacksmith, the nomad wagon. All these extra things are going to open up as we start progressing, and we'll be able to do like the abbey and the tavern. You put them in there at different things, and they will reduce their stress. Sanitarium, some of those bad traits or different traits, you can go in there and actually remove them or solidify them depending on what you want to do. The guild, you can actually improve the stats of the players. Like, see here, he's got 1 weapon and 1 defense. You can actually improve that. And the blacksmith is to improve the weapon. I'm sorry. I think that the guild is to improve this, and then the blacksmith is to improve the weapon. This, you can get your little trinkets. I don't think I have any. You'll get trinkets in here that you can use to help bolster your players. You can sell and buy here, and this is where your district, your memoirs, and then there's going to be districts somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where as well. Yeah, that's survivalist. So I'm not sure exactly where that goes. But let's start by... I am actually going to change him because I am the leader. I'm going to make this me. Now, these other guys or any other ones, like I said, put down in the comments what some names, crazy or not, and I will place them in proper, like I said, some girl names, some boy names, whatever. If you don't care, if it's just a name and give it to any character, go ahead, then no big deal. I will definitely do that. But you can also change the different outfits. So 1, 2, that's kind of cool. Okay, that's kind of basic, not too bad. So I kind of like that. Not a whole lot, just kind of color schemes. Not a big deal. I am thinking about possibly putting some mods on there. Let me know if there's any mods that you think I should do that would be that would really look cool or that might help me out or whatever. So that's pretty much that. Let's take a look and see. I think he's just got different colors as well. Let's see. Kind of like that. Okay. Yep. Like that. I'm trying to make them. Yeah, trying to make them. It's fine. Just kind of original, you know? You know, I kind of actually like that. Okay, so that's going to be the team. And I'm not going to actually do this, but I'm going to show you this. This is kind of where you start off. Okay.
Of madness and morbidity.
This is where you select quests from. An adventuring party of 4 heroes to embark on it. Click on the quest to see their details. Drag heroes to an empty slot at the bottom to form the party. Okay, so I think that Bertrand, she goes to the back. She works best there. And Gisgard or Gisgard or however you want to pronounce it. So that's okay. So and this is just it's just a quick name. I mean, if I were to switch it this way, I think it changes. Right, Red Hook, and I don't know if it changes the name if I go here. Trickery Glory. Okay, so kind of gives you an idea that, you know, it just gives it a name. As far as I know, it doesn't do anything except give it a name. So that's kind of cool. And then what I would do is I'd just click on this and we go to provisions. But I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to do that in the next video. I think we're right at 20 minutes. I don't want to go over too much over 20 minutes. But in the next video, I am absolutely going to go into the dungeon, run through a dungeon, come back, kind of do a little bit of the upgrading or grabbing of people, and then get ready for the next dungeon. And that's how I'm going to play it one right after the other. Is I'm going to prep just like I am now for the dungeon. We're going to start the dungeon immediately as we start the video. So that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you are new and not sure what's all going on in the Da estate, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on everything that's going on. Aside from that, I'm going to end it the same old way. Live well, game hard. We'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.